You ready to take your leadership journey to the next level? On the leadership platform TLP, we don't just talk about leadership, we live it. This year, we are bringing you cutting-edge insights, transformative tools, and real-world strategies to help you lead with confidence, purpose, and impact. This year, we have 4 seasons with 50 episodes. We will dive into themes such as leading self, leading others, and leading institutions. We bring you Leaders Are Leaders. This monthly session focuses on book reviews, discussions, encouraging all participants to read along with selected books on personal leadership and professional leadership. We also have a time with the CEO. In this segment, we dive into the stories of prominent CEOs who share their insights, lessons learned throughout their leadership journey. We also bring you extraordinary leadership stories, highlighting individuals in our societies who are doing extraordinary things. This segment inspires viewers with real-life examples of leadership in action. We will bring you some brilliant minds, courageous leaders changing the narrative of Africa. We also bring you finally the expert-led sessions, which cover a wide range of leadership and personal development topics, providing practical guidance and actionable strategies for personal and professional development. The leadership platform is your go-to space for personal growth, professional breakthroughs, and meaningful connections. I am Joy Bunsu-Schmutz, co-host on TLP, and I will see you every Saturday, 7 p.m. GMT, live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning from wherever you are joining us from. We are happy to be here with you again, another Saturday where we get to connect with you and also for us to learn from leaders who are impacting our world. If you are joining us for the first time, we say, welcome, and let us know where you're joining us from and what you expect from the subject we're going to talk about today. My name is Sarah Jessie Apia, and I'm joining you from Geneva, Switzerland, and I will be your host for today. Right, with that said, if you have joined us several times, please make sure that you share the link to people on your team, to your friends, your family, and invite them to join us on this 90 minutes of leadership development lessons. Great. Today, we have a leader who will be joining us today, and she will be speaking about brand-driven leadership with a dynamic and purposeful presentation or speaking ideas that she has for us. So without much ado, I would like to invite Alice Mensah to join us on the platform. And let me give a little bit of background about Alice, who is an award-winning digital marketing leader. She is CEO of Denalis Digital and also a director of digital marketing at Lantern Committers in the UK. She has spent over 11 years helping global brands grow with purpose, creativity, and real impact. And as you know, leadership is all about impact. So she is the right person to talk to us today about brand leadership. And she is also an AI advocate. These days, you cannot do anything without AI. You need to integrate that, and she'll tell us how she has integrated that in her marketing. She is also an author, instructor, and a mentor shaping the next generation of digital professions. So we have a powerhouse today with us. And I just want to say, Alice, it's such a joy to have you join us today.
Thank you very much, Sarah. It's been nice being on the CTL platform, and I see all the amazing work that CTL is doing. So, congratulations to you and the team.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We love doing that, and we hope people are being blessed with what we are doing. So,
Right.
just to start off right onto the heart of our theme, um, I just lost my train of thoughts today, which
Brand
is
driven leadership.
brand-driven leadership. Let's
Yeah.
talk about how you define what brand-driven leadership looks like. What is that for you?
Okay. So, leaders, we all have leaders in our offices, we have leaders in our homes, in our society. But where we want to touch on is how can leaders think like marketers? And so I want to take this into two different approaches. One, the internal mindset. How do you think like a marketer as a leader? And also the external expression. How do you show up as a marketer? Because this is very key. We could have a very nice product, but it is a marketer's job to send the product to the market for it to sell. And so,
Mm,
if you are a leader too, how do you have the mindset as you would have hired a marketer to do for your business or for your brand? How do you, as a person, also have that marketing mindset internally first and also externally? How do you even express it? So, these are the two prong approaches I would like our conversation to take today, and both are essential. People only think marketers only promote stuff online, but you first have to get it internally before you can even show up with it. So
wow.
today we're going to fuse the two, and yeah, and I'm hoping that we all get to learn a lot from there.
Okay, thank you. So, Alice, you're going to help us grow from the inside out. So, the space is yours. I just leave you to take us away. Thank you, Alice.
Sure. So before I will start, I wanted to ask the audience a simple question. So please get your typing hands ready. We're going to just get as engaging as possible. I wanted to know, who is your leadership audience? Who do you think watches you as a leader? Is it your team? Is it your clients? Or is it the community you live in? Please type your answer. I want us to get into the groove of the discussion. So, who is your audience as a leader? Your team, your clients, or the community? Or even if you think it is all, let us know. I'll just give a minute to see if some answers will flow. Ah, okay. Sarah, Sarah said all three of them. Gideon said all three of them. All of them. Okay. Good, 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 good. All categories mentioned. Beautiful. I like the engagements going on in the comment section. So it's true. As a leader, your audience are all three. And so that is going to be my first point when it comes to the internal mindsets of leaders as that of marketers. Okay. Marketers, before we sell anything, we look at who the audience is. Okay. Their demography, what inspires them, their pain points, so that when we are delivering the messaging, we can tailor it to our audiences. Same with our leaders today, also. Okay, you are not just managing people, okay, but you have an audience who watch you every day. Okay, but do you know them? Do you know them as a leader? Or all you know is that I have a staff of 30 people? Do you know them? Do you know what inspires them? Do you know what their worries are? And for you to lead effectively, you have to understand what their motivations, their fears are. And so that is why sometimes you might see a leader saying that, oh, hi guys, I'm going to introduce happy hour in the company. And the staff is like, happy hour? Did we say we want to have happy hour? So you've missed the mark. You don't know what they want. So we keep proposing things that we think our staff need. But in essence, that may not be what they're even looking for. So until we understand who our audience are, what their pains are, we may not be able to satisfy them. And that grows that animosity in them that our boss doesn't care about us. But to the boss, he might think he's doing the right thing. But that misalignment may cause us a lot. So that is the first thing, understanding your audience as a leader with the cap of a marketer. Now, the second point is that you have to shape the perception of this audience. Because you might think you are A, but to the people, you might be B. Okay, so let me give an example. A leader who doesn't clarify decisions. So, an example is someone has been sacked from the company. No one knows why. Everybody is quiet. And the leaders don't say anything. Guess what? It might bring assumptions. People might start speculating why the person left and so on. And that becomes a perception that maybe he doesn't like the girl, that is why he sacked her. But that might not be it. So, perception is really important when it comes to leadership. Okay, so people form these mental stories about you, whether you speak or you are silent. We form that perception about you. And in marketing, perception counts. People buy Nike, okay, or even let me say Apple phone. People buy Apple phone not because of the functionality. Almost everything the Apple phone can do to the average user, an Android can also do, but they buy it because of the perception. Apple is for high end. So same for leaders. We have to know what our audience perceive of us and not what we think we are. And how do we do this? This is where data is important. Data is important. Sometimes we may call one or two people, what do you think the staff think about me? Or what do you think the community thinks about me? And they may tell you what you want to hear because they may be your close allies. But you can do an anonymous survey, okay, where people tell you how they really feel, and it will let you know the kind of perception people have about you in your community or in your workplace as a leader. And that will actually help you know that, oh, I think I was a loving person, but to my people, they think I don't really care. Then you can now address it based on your actions. You address it. Okay, good. And I want to give an example of what I did. Give an example. I have this analysis I did. Okay, so when Sarah was introducing me, she mentioned that um, I teach, I teach cohorts of learners, adult learners, people who have already completed school and are working but want to learn digital marketing through um, a program by Mastercard Foundation and then Generation Ghana. And after teaching three different cohorts in about a year, um, I might have thought I've done a good job, but I don't know. So what I did was I did a survey. Yes. So I did a survey, and the results will be shown on the screen soon. Okay. The results will be shown on the screen soon. I would like to showcase that. Okay. Sarah, if you are with us, if you could showcase that for us, that would be good. Or Gideon. Okay, beautifully done. So I did an anonymous survey, and these days it is very simple to do. We have what we call um, um Google Forms or Survey Monkey. We just use ask 3 questions. One question: what do you think about me? What do you perceive me to be? You can give options or even leave it open and make it anonymous so that people are not afraid to say what they feel. So after that, I put the answers together and did an analysis. And this is an example of what I got. This is an example of what I got from my learners. And it was very humbling to know that I'm really impacting them. Okay. So as a leader, you could do something similar. You could do something similar. Let people tell you how they feel about your leadership. Okay. And it may amaze you. I knew I'm a good instructor. I add a lot of practical examples for them to see. Okay. But they also added supportive. And I might not have realized that about myself, but it gave me a bit of an idea of what my learners over the space of time think about me. Okay, please, we can take it off now. Thank you very much. So this is one way of intentionally understanding the perception that your audience have about you, so you can shape it positively if it is a bad perception, or you can continue doing the good if the perception is a beautiful one, like what I shared with you. Now, the third point I would want to mention under the internal mindset of leaders being marketers is creating experiences and not just giving instructions. As leaders, we may be tempted to always giving instructions. Come to work at 8 o'clock, do this or this. You're supposed to share this file with me. Why didn't you share it? Instructions, instructions, instructions. Okay, people remember how you make them feel, okay, and not what you have accomplished. Okay, we could have made 10 times sales, but if people don't feel your presence, if people don't remember you in a good light, how you address them, how you relate to them, we have lost it. And the reason why this is key is that as marketers too, what we do is that we create experiences. You don't want somebody to go and buy a product and then think that, oh, this product is not nice enough. After all the advert they've done on TV and radio, oh, this product is not quality. I didn't experience it. Upon all the noise, I didn't experience. And sometimes people say that about brands. They do adverts, but when you buy it, it's not worth it. So that is experience at play. So if we want to inculcate the marketing mindset in leadership, then people have to feel you. People have to experience you. Okay, everything you say, everything you do, that emotional connection has to be there. Okay. So we have to ask ourselves, what experience do people have when they interact with us? Are you helpful? Are you empathetic? Or all you do is instructions, instructions, instructions? Okay. At this point, if you agree with this very point I have said, just type agree. Let me see if you are following and you are actually participating in our conversation. So if you agree that as a leader, you have to create experiences and not just instruction, hit agree. If you don't agree to, why not say I don't agree? Okay. Okay. So let me see. There are any comments? Yes. Yes. I see some agrees coming up. Beautiful. Now, the fourth point under the mindset of leaders, the internal mindsets of leaders, when it comes to branding, that in marketing, brands have to be consistent. Marketing and consistency is like 4 and 5. It follows. Okay. Because let me give an example. If you want to go and buy something from an e-commerce site, let's say let me not mention any brand. There's an e-commerce site, you wanted to buy a phone or you wanted to buy something, and you check their social media, and the last time they posted was last year. Would you buy? Obviously, you will not buy. Because you say, if they posted last year, could it be that they stopped? Or could it be that they are out of stock? Or what could be the problem? But if you go to the site and realize that, oh, they posted yesterday, last week too, they posted, and people are commenting and they are responding to the comments, everything is lively going on, you'll be comfortable to what? To buy from this e-commerce shop. Not so. So consistency equates to credibility. Consistency equates to credibility. If you are not consistent as a leader, you've lost it. And when I say this, I'm referring to leaders who are consistent. So let me give you an example. Some leaders are just unpredictable. Today they are calm and happy, tomorrow they are moody. You go and ask him a question and there is wahala. Some are very responsive in a week, the following week they are unresponsive. You send something to them, it takes them 1 month to respond. Meanwhile, too, he hasn't communicated that he is sick or he has gone on leave or anything. He's just unresponsive. He just doesn't want to mind you. Maybe he's not interested in what you have said, so he's not minding you. That inconsistency may worry you. So if we want to have the mindset of marketers when it comes to leaders, then definitely we can't go without consistency. People trust leaders who show the same standard everywhere, whether in meetings, whether in emails, whether in conversations, they show that consistency. They don't respond to Abana's email, but when it comes to Equia's email, they ghost Equia. That inconsistency wouldn't help as a leader. So at this moment, we have done 4 different internal mindsets of leaders when it comes to they portraying how marketing is done. The first one we've spoken about is that as a leader, you have an audience. So you have to understand them, understanding your audience. 2, shaping the perception of your audience through data, shaping your perception of your audience through data. Then 3, creating experiences and not just instructions. Creating experiences and not just instructions. Then the 4th one, building trust through consistency. Building trust through consistency. So if you have any question at this point, you can put it in the comments. At the end of the program, we will open up and then answer all your questions. If you have any points regarding these 4 pointers we have said when it comes to the internal mindsets of leaders in terms of marketing, please put that in the comment section. Okay, good. So let's move on to another favorite part of brand marketing, brand-driven leadership. So brand leadership, this is what everybody sees. All we've said about internal mindset, now we're going out. External expression. External expression. How do we show up as leaders? I would want you to think about yourself, and I also think about myself. If I Google myself right now, what kind of leader will people see? Will they find the leader that I think I am? In my head, I see myself in a particular light. But when I Google and I see the things about myself written online, what do you see from yourself? Or you cannot even be found. That could also be an answer. Are you on Google? Yes or no? Or you cannot be found. Let me wait for you to do this exercise. Let's go on Google, type our names, and see what we find. Is it a good thing? Or do we see bad things? Or we are not even found on Google? Let me give ourselves 1 minute and let's go check that out. I'll be doing mine here to see what I see. Anybody? Okay. So when I Googled myself, guess what I saw? The first thing I saw was a LinkedIn post I made just 26 minutes ago, which said that I am live, so people should join me on a leadership platform like this. Okay, so when you searched, what did you see? This is food for thought for all of us, because sometimes we are so fixated about our work that we don't pause to see how we look like. How are we expressing ourselves online, or to the external people? How are we expressing online? So the first angle I want to touch on this is visibility. As a leader, are you visible online? Are you visible externally? These days, visibility is a responsibility. It's not a choice. You are responsible for your visibility. Do you know why? People online don't just connect with logos or brands. If you are the owner of company ABC, and all we see is the company doing this, the company doing this, the company doing that, you as a CEO, you as the CTO, you as a manager, you as a whatever leader in your space, you don't communicate on your personal brand to say that, oh, my company is doing ABCD, or I'll be at this event doing ABCD, or a thought leadership piece about what you do. So let's say if you are in the industry of, let's say, engineering, are you sharing any information about engineering that is educating people? People connect with people. People don't connect with logos. So if nobody knows you work with any company, nobody knows the initiative, but the initiatives are online, but you yourself, who is the brain behind it, you are not online, you're not expressing yourself, then there's a problem. But people cannot connect with you. Okay? People cannot connect with you. So, in a kind of African settings, being quiet is praised. But for leadership, it is not an option. You cannot just be a quiet leader. In 2025, no way. Okay, you have to show up. That is it. Visibility is now a responsibility for leaders. So let's move to the second point. Your online presence is now part of your leadership brand, whether you like it or not. Let me tell you a story. I had this boss who was working with a very good company, and the company is doing well, super well. The kind of sales the company is doing is massive. Okay. And this man, if you call him for a PR event for him to speak about the company, no, Alice, no, I can't do that. Go do the talking. I'll just be in my corner. Nobody knew he was a CEO because he will not even post on LinkedIn. He's just at work, making sure the work is being done, but visibility is zero. Guess what? Management changes. And usually, when top management changes, the first person who gets changed sometimes is the CEO. So he was changed for whatever reason, he was changed. And guess what? Nobody knows him in the space. He's never been a thought leader, nothing. Now, finding another work was a challenge. For a whole CEO, it was a challenge because nobody can attribute the success of the company to him. He's been invisible all these years. Meanwhile, he has run the company for like 4 years. Nobody knows him because when it comes to talking on radio, he said, Alice, go speak. When it comes to writing, let's say we've won an award, let's go and receive the award. Oh, Alice, go get it. Go get the award. I'll just be in my corner. Okay. And now it's taking him so much work to get a new job because nobody knows your successes. Nobody has read any piece you have written. No thought leadership, no educational content, no events, nothing. You see, so your online presence is now part of your brand. So ask yourself, go check LinkedIn and ask yourself, what was the last time you posted? I just posted to make people know that I am at this webinar. Okay. When was the last time you posted? Was it last year? Was it 3 months ago? Some people treat LinkedIn as a CV. If you go, you see, oh, they've worked there, they've worked there, they've worked there, they've worked there. Kaput. That is all you see about them. LinkedIn is not just your CV. It's your window, it's your brand window. So if I want to know much about you, I won't just go and look at your CV on LinkedIn. No, I'll look at your last 3 posts to see if I want to give you an offer or an opportunity. I'll look at your last 3 posts to see what you talk about before I'll know if it aligns with my brand and invite you to whatever events that I am having. And so if you've not posted, how does the person look at your last 3 posts and then conclude that you are good for an opportunity? It wouldn't happen. So, my people, LinkedIn is no more a CV. It is your brand window. Okay. Your online presence is now part of your brand. Okay. So somebody will say, so what should I even post about? Alice, I really want to post, but what should I post about? So one, thought leadership post. You are in a space. Let's say you are in an industry. What is happening in the industry? Can you talk about it? If you are in the accounting industry and there is a new tax reform that the government just announced recently through their budget, can you give us a breakdown of what that budgetary allocation looks for businesses? Because people may not understand what all this budget is about. But if you are in the space and you are a thought leader, you can break it down, and that is content. That is content. Articles, you can take a topic about your industry and write an article about it. Okay, that is content. Your company successes are for you too. So if, let's say, your company sells this and you guys have won an award, it shouldn't just be on the company page on LinkedIn, it should be on your personal page too. If possible, you can add your contribution to how that became a success. All these and more are things that you can do, that you can post. And sometimes you don't even have to post your original post. If somebody posts something and you agree with the person, just repost it or retweet it. That is it. It's as good as it. Okay, so all these digital footprints, it's your shop window. And I'm not talking about just LinkedIn. Some people have how do you call it? Websites of themselves. Some are on Facebook. All those are your digital footprints. Okay, an example, and this is not too much to ask. This is not too much to ask. As far back as 2015, I was working in Tigo, the telecommunications Tigo that we all know. I was working there as their digital marketer. And guess what? Our CEO, by then she was Roshi Motman. Roshi had a personal LinkedIn page and Facebook page, which was managed by the digital team. Was managed by the digital team, because guess what? Roshi wouldn't get the time to come and be creating content and be posting and be writing articles. No, she's a CEO of a big telco. Her meetings and stuff are all over the place and she wouldn't get time. So guess what? She delegated it. If you are also busy as a leader, have you delegated that aspect, or you've left it to chance? As and when you get, if in 3 months you get a chance, then you just take a photo of you at an event and say, "Oh, I was at CTL Africa event." Then you post it. Then we don't hear from you. Another 6 months, you go for another event, then you take a photo. That is inconsistency. So you have to have a content calendar, and if you can't do that, that is why digital marketers like myself and so many other younger ones that are upcoming are there. Hire one. You can even hire them as an intern. They will do this content for you. You read through and approve so that it carries your tone and your knowledge and everything. And then they post for you gradually. If every Monday you are posting, that is consistency. Every Monday, somebody should hear a thought leadership piece from you. Okay, because again, your online presence is now part of your leadership. Okay, it is not an option anymore. Now, let's move from online and come down to showing up in rooms, showing up at industry events. Online is good, but it shouldn't just be there. When there are events happening in your industry, please be there, buy a ticket, go. Or sometimes even lobby to be a speaker, lobby to be a panelist. It goes a long way, because these panel discussions and you're sharing your knowledge, people get to know that, oh, this person is really in depth. Oh, I'm learning more from this person, and it makes you a thought leader in the space. Networking opportunities, workshops, be there. Sometimes it may be free events. Usually when we are leaders, our time is money. So when somebody calls you, oh, hi, Alice, can you come and speak at, how much should you pay me? If the person says, we don't have budget, I say, oh, no, no, no. I don't do free stuff again. Sometimes these free speaking opportunities can also open up bigger opportunities for you. Okay, so be visible. Be visible at events, at industry space. Let me give you an example. 2023, I had the privilege to speak on a Google event called Google Dev Fest, which happened in Accra here. So they called for speakers. I applied. I told them I'll speak about AI in marketing, and I want to speak. It was a free event. I wasn't even given TNT. Okay, but guess what? I made somebody video me whilst I was speaking. I put that video on YouTube. Later, I developed that video or that content, that AI for marketing content I spoke about, because it took me a very long time to put together my thoughts, my presentations, and everything for that day, because it was a very big event. And I knew that that energy, that effort cannot go to waste for just a one day. I spoke for how much? Like 30 minutes, and then that was it. No, I repurposed it. So now I have it as an ebook, which sometimes people go pay to read it. I have it on my YouTube channel where people go watch it. And interestingly, through all these various repurposing, I got other paid gigs where people will say, Alice, we saw this video of yours, we saw this book of yours. Can you come and train my staff on AI for marketing? This time I'm charging them, and so sometimes the free things open the way for the paid ones. Okay. So now my question to you is that what room or what event should you be showing up in? Think through what next event will you be? Whether you are going as a participant or you are going as a speaker, as a panel, what event will that be? Write it in the comment section. Write it in the comment section. Yes, because you have to be there. Any event in your industry, write the name of the event, and definitely it will be manifested. You will definitely get the time to go. Okay, so that is my third point under the external expression of leaders. Now, the fourth one was sharing value, teaching, mentoring. Sharing value, teaching, mentoring. It's very okay to be a successful leader in your community, in your workplace, and so on. But sometimes sharing knowledge is not bragging, it's rather leadership in action. African culture, sometimes if you want to share knowledge, we are scared. It'll come across as bragging. Okay, AI, so what? So you're in your corner. No more bragging. It is not bragging. It is rather you impacting, because there might be people who may need that knowledge. There might be people who may need that knowledge. And aside then needing it, it also builds your influence. The best way to show that you understand something is if you're able to teach it. If you can't teach me what you do, then you may not be as good as you think you are. Okay, so you could teach people, or you could mentor people in your company for them to also show up to be like you. Okay, that is the value you are also sharing, and it builds your influence, because if you have people who say, this man taught me this man mentored me, this lady mentored me, it builds your influence. Okay, and so let's do that. I for example, as the introduction came, I do have my own agency that I do marketing for. I also have a London based agency that I do marketing for them. So at least I should have been okay. The pay isn't bad, so I could be fine. But I was like, no, I have to also teach. I have to mentor people. So that is how come I am with Graduation, a MasterCard sponsored program where I'm teaching people, and they are mostly women between 18 to 35, who want to learn a skill. And that is my way of contributing value. What about you? Are you already doing that? Then superb. If you are not doing that, please let's start doing it. Someone will say, Alice, I may not get the time to go teach a bunch of young people, or I'll not get a chance. You know what? you can do that through your social posts. You could have every Monday, let's say hashtag educational Mondays. That could be your hashtag. Then you tell us something about your job that you want to share. How to do ABCD. The importance of ABCD. 3 steps to achieve ABCD. At least once a week, share something. If you can mobilize people to teach, share something with your audience. And that is also you sharing value and you impacting. Okay, so these are the 4 main aspects of external expressions for leadership. I'll go over it again. 1 is visibility. Now, it is no more a choice, it is a responsibility. Visibility is a responsibility. The second point is that your online presence is part of your leadership brand now. Your online presence is part of your leadership brand. Then the third one is showing up at events, showing up in rooms. Okay, that is also important. And the fourth one is sharing value, mentoring. These are the 4 main ways that you could also express your leadership. You show up. And if we want to, in reference to marketing, if we want to think as marketers, this is what marketers do. Marketers make sure that your brand is visible. That is why you see for one product, it's on billboard, it's on TV, it's online, it's on LinkedIn, you are doing paid adverts. Yes, visibility is key. So if you believe your marketer should do that for your company, then you should do that for yourself too. Okay, you are equally as important as your company. Okay, and then we pay our marketers to go for events. I remember there was this company I used to work for, a real estate company, Apollonia City. It was part of the KPI. Every month, try and get at least 1 event and go and represent the company. Okay, so if we can do that for companies, why can't we do that for ourselves? So these are some of the things we can do as leaders. Now, I want to bring both sides together. The first one we spoke about, which is the internal mindset, which shapes your leadership identity. And the second one is the external expressions we've just discussed. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that it's not enough to think strategically if no one hears you. You can do all the thinking, but if nobody hears you, if you are not visible, then you are stuck. On the flip side too, it is not enough to also post online if internally your mindset is not clear. So focus on your internal mindset first, then now you can express it publicly. Yes, because you can't do one without the other. Okay, you need both. You need both to have a very powerful personal leadership brand of yourself. So I would like to conclude with one big question. Or let me make it 2. Yeah. What internal mindset from today's session are you applying from today onwards? What internal mindsets are you applying? So look within yourself and put in the comment section the internal mindset you wish to apply. Then the second one, how are you also going to show up externally as a leader? Tell us that also in the comment section. So your internal mindset you are taking home today and how you intend to show up externally as a leader. So I would give it to Sarah to take it up from here. I can see a lot of comments, so I'm sure she will do justice to them. And thank you very much for having me, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
For over a decade, CTL Africa Leadership has been more than a service provider. We are your dedicated partner in leadership growth, specializing in leadership development, corporate governance, strategy, culture, change management, and customer service. We focus on relational skills and personal growth essentials for effective and sustainable leadership. Our approach blends masterclasses, mastermind groups, gamified learning, and executive coaching to create impactful and engaging programs. Introducing our 2025 Corporate Development Catalog. For all heads of organizations and HR leaders, call us now to request your copy today and take your organization to the next level in 2025.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Alice. This has been great. And for our audience, I did tell you that this lady is going to bring what is inside us out. And it has been brilliant. Let's see what comments are coming, Alice, before I start asking my questions. I could see there was engagement. And when you said agree, I'm going to read after that. Felix says the connection is important. Connecting with your audience is important. Benaya is watching from Accra, and Abenyi Liambi says she agreed, he agreed. And then audience understanding, that is Felix again. Then shaping perception. Today, I think Felix is a top contributor. So well done, Philip. I saw you interacting. So I saw good things about myself when he Googled himself. And Albert Donko said, you have to show up for yourself indeed. And I guess your sister is giving you a shout out here, Tina. Tina is saying, that's my sister right there. I'm super proud of her. So Alice, shout out to you from Tina. And I think before, let me go a little bit up. There were some 4 of them. 4 from Aria Husseini says, there are 4 of us with 1 mobile phone. Very determined, persistent. We are watching you live, your live broadcast. The internet is weak here. Give them a wave. They want you to give them a wave, Alice. Okay, so let me go down to after Tina, we have Kwabina Ni. It's interesting to listen to your guest advices and experiences, okay? And then a clap out there from In the Cloud with Mazin, again watching from Tamale. And Albert Donko, he says, positioning my personal brand for visibility on social media, I need to be more intentional. Albert, I cannot agree more with you. I am also a victim of not really posting consistently on social media. I just that's all that I've been doing. So with what Alice have taught us, I really did not, I think I have a new perspective of marketing now, not just for my company or for the companies that I collaborate with, but also to piggyback on whatever the company has done to also become a thought leader. So Alice, this has been really, really great. I don't see any questions here, but I would like to ask a question. You are teaching AI as well, and you're teaching adults. Most of us are really weary of what AI can do. So, how can AI help us in our marketing of ourselves as leaders? If you can give us some practical examples. You've given us a lot, but how can AI help me? I am a solopreneur. I don't have a team. How can AI help me?
Thank you very much, Sarah, for that question. So, AI, in the terms of the second phase I spoke about, which is expressing yourself externally, AI can help with that because usually you should have a content calendar. Which, so for example, if you're going to post every Monday, you should have a calendar to say, we are entering December. So, week 1, I'll post this, week 2, I'll post that, week 3, I'll post that, week 4, I'll post that. Already scheduled so that when that time gets there, you don't now say, oh, I'm busy, I couldn't write anything. Okay, so that calendar can be created by AI. All you need to do is to have your own thoughts, because I say AI is a collaboration. You don't have to let AI do all the work for you. If not, it will not be authentically you. Okay, so you could think of some ideas, okay, but also prompt AI to let me give an example. The very common one we all know, ChatGPT. So you could give ChatGPT a prompt that I am a leadership coach who is into ABCD. I want to post 4 times a week in December. These are my ideas. Can you also give me additional ideas? It will definitely pick what you have and toe that line and give you more ideas. Of course, their ideas may not fit, all may not fit what you want. So you read through and handpick the ones you think works for you. Okay. Then now you have 4 solid ideas of what you're going to post in December. Even when it comes to the caption, how to write the exact words, you could write it roughly and let AI, refine it for you, by giving it your own tone. Okay. I have customized my ChatGPT so much that I say, write this in the Alice tone. And it said, oh, I know your tone. Then it will definitely write it in my tone for me. So you could also have a tone. Maybe you may be more cooler, more reserved. It may write it in that tone for you. Others too could be hyper, very storytelling approach, and will write it in that also for you. And so that is my little, tip for you, Sarah. I hope you apply it.
I will. Now that you have challenged me, I know I have 2 weeks to start preparing something for the next 4 weeks, right? So maybe you're going
Yeah,
to hold me accountable. I'll try my possible best. And
sure.
yeah. So let's see. I still don't see any comments or questions coming from the audience. So what I will do, I have a few questions here that I may read them out. I just noted them as you were speaking.
Okay.
About, let me see, we don't have to, I mean, being a quiet leader is not cool. That's what I wrote. You don't need to be quiet. You need to be show yourself. But in our culture, that is the cultural part. How do we encourage our compatriots or our people on our continent to really be visible? Yes, you have showed us, but is that internal thing? How do we break away from this cultural thing saying, oh, I like to be in the background? What are some things? Were you in that space? And if you were, what did you do to break out of that cultural, I will say, hijack?
Unfortunately, I have never been the cultural type.
Okay.
I have always been very, very visible, very, I'm an extrovert, so it came naturally. But I still live in Ghana, so I understand the circumstance. We equate showing up to bragging. And
Mm-hmm.
so nobody wants to be seen as a braggart. And so that is what keeps us in our shelf, you know. But once all I tell people that once you did it yourself, then it is your achievement. You are not bragging. If I didn't do A and I go and write that I did A, then I'll be lying. But if indeed my company was able to achieve ABC through my team's effort, then I have every right to say my team did so. I'm not bragging. I'm just expressing what I have done. Okay, so let's just put that in our heads. I know it's a gradual thing. You may not all of a sudden become like Alice, I understand, but let's take a step one by one, one by one. You may even not be able to write every week like I do, but even if you can do once in 2 weeks, try. And as you are getting used to it, you keep becoming more consistent. And it shouldn't always also be about your wins. Okay. When
Mm-hmm.
it's always about your wins, sometimes that is where the feeling of being a braggart comes from. Sometimes it could also be about your experiences, your pain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that it will be a balanced approach. If this month was a tough month for you, write it. People want to read stories, real stories. So if this month was also a bad month for you, share it so that tomorrow when it's a good month for you and you share that, people know that you are genuine. You're not just bragging. Okay, so that will be the addition.
Okay, beautiful. And you did talk about what we should apply. One second, I think there's somebody calling me. Um, Um, uh, Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Okay. You did talk about what we are going to apply from here. Okay, and on this platform and also with the John Maxwell Leave to Lead, we always encourage our audience to use the acronym ACT. A being what you're going to apply, C being what you're going to change, and T being what you're going to teach. And I love the fact that you said share, teach somebody. So I would like to use this opportunity to teach something. I'm really following what you're telling us. You said we should show up. We as leaders, you want us to show up at events, showing ourselves up. So today, I just want to share something that I've already shared with the audience. Is poor. It's POOR. If you don't share, you become poor. And what does the poor mean? P meaning person, and the first O is person over, and then the second O, opportunities repeatedly. So if you're not, what I want to tell the audience, if you're not showing up at events, if you're not showing up at webinars, you're making yourself poor because you are passing over opportunities repeatedly. And we don't want anybody on TLP to be poor. We are all leaders and we need to share. So today, that is my share for today. Alice has shared so much with us, and I'm still looking on the chat comments. I want or challenge all of you who are watching to also share something that Alice has shared with us. What would you want to share? What have you learned? What would you want to share? Please put it in the comment because we don't want you to leave here poor. You've come, you've gained so much knowledge from Alice, and she's made it so accessible to us. She is a great supportive speaker, got us very much engaged. So please be generous and also share in the comments. Yes, we love your commendations, but what are you going to teach someone, as Alice has really encouraged us to do? All right, and I can see Kwabena Ni watching from Geneva. Kwabena, I'm sending you a wave also from Geneva. So let's try to get together since we've gotten together on the leadership platform. All right, so let me see whether I have other questions for Alice, since I don't have anyone typing in questions or comments anymore. So, Alice, I love what you shared about us with the data. It's very simple, very practical, and I have never thought about, I know the surveys, but just having people do it anonymously and having this cloud is really, really a key thing that I have learned that I'm going to use when I finish maybe my coaching engagement with different cohorts. So thank you for that. That's one thing that I have learned that I'm going to apply. And also, last but not the least, I like the fact that you said data is really important. And data is not the number of products that the company have sold. But if that data is for the company, what have I done to contribute? And I can piggyback on that. That is also a big takeaway from me. Thank you. I don't see anyone giving any comments or asking any questions. So, Alice, what I'll do is I will ask you to give us your dessert. What is it that you had wanted to share with us, but you kept it as an icing on the cake for us? So, I'll give you the floor to give us your parting remarks.
Okay. So my parting remarks to all of us is that we ourselves are also brands. So all the effort we put in our marketing teams to make sure that they deliver for our individual companies or organizations. Let's put that effort in ourselves and promote ourselves too. Okay. So that would be it. And in doing this, I don't mean doing it ad hocly, where when you remember, then you do, and when you don't remember, then it goes to another 1 year. No way. From today, we're going to be intentional. We're going to have a calendar where we're going to, if we decide to do one a week, one post a week, then let's do that. If we decide to do one post every 2 weeks, if that's what you're comfortable with, let's do that. But it shouldn't be zero for the next 6 months. Then we remember one and then we just go do it. Okay. The other thing too is that you can't give what you don't have. So before we start posting, let's also assess ourselves. Do we understand our audience? What is the perception about us? Internally first. Let's try and align these perceptions if they are wrong. Uh, um, um, and let's keep doing it if it is a good perception before we go out there posting. Because sometimes you see CEOs, you see some CEOs posting nice things, and their staff was like, "Shouldn't you cheer me?" Because they know you don't do it in the company, but you are online making it look like it's all rosy, you know. So let's do our homework at home, and then we can get the confidence to also write online. Okay. And the events, don't forget, whether free events, paid events, let's try and be there. And when we go, let's connect with people, let's network. Okay, so this is more like a summary of everything we have learned so far. Yeah, I think, Sarah, there's one question.
Yes, one question has just come up from Adams Idrisu.
Yes.
So can you take that question? My question
Yes.
is, if you're an introvert,
Idris is asking the same question you asked, that if you're an
yeah,
introvert, how do you break off and have the courage to be visible at programs and express yourselves? Okay. So put in your mind that as a leader, it is not an option. It is not your responsibility. It's like it's like having a child and saying that I don't like taking care of children. You have to take care of that child because it's your child. Okay. We cannot say, oh, I'm introverted, I can't do this. Maybe you can't do it the pace Alice would have done it, but still try. Give it a try. Subtly. Start small, small, and you should be able to break free from that. Okay. That should be my answer for you, Adams. Idris.
okay. Thank you. Gideon, could you bring me up? Okay, thank you so much, Alice. And I just love what you just said. If you, I will just phrase it this way: if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. If you cannot crawl, just speak or write. Okay, that's my encouragement to you. So, Alice, I want to say that this has been very rich, practical, and deeply inspiring. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise, your stories, and your heart for purpose-driven leadership. And to our listeners, please know that if you did not catch the whole session, we have it recorded. You can go to our YouTube page and watch or have the replay and also take notes, not only taking the notes, but please put it into action, apply it. And that will really, really change your leadership. We are the brand and we need to showcase our brand. So until we come to you next week with another episode of a theme on the leadership platform, we are signing off and we say thank you so much for those of you who participated and for the silent majority who listened in to us. Until next week, it's bye-bye from us. Thank you to the team as well. Bye-bye.
Good morning once again to you all, distinguished leaders, invited guests, speakers, and participants. On behalf of the Governing Council of Chartered Institute of Bankers Ghana, and on behalf of our CEO, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Live to Lead Ghana 2025 experience.
Live to Lead is a John C. Maxwell event, and today across 300 plus locations, people are all hosting Live to Lead. And this is hosted by John Maxwell Leadership Coaches. And here in Ghana, I have my colleagues who have joined together to bring you Live to Lead.
We have a lot of skills, talents, business ideas that can be taken from level to level, that can help transform lives, that can help transform our economy. We have opportunity. We are a wealthy nation.
As you create wealth that you seek to sustain it, remember that the sustenance cannot go beyond you when you enter the grave. You came naked and you built the world for your life like Adam. And you live naked. And as you live, remember that you hand over a well-tilled garden of Eden.
And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do that now.